Something crazy just happened at the Bristol Night Race, and now everyone in NASCAR is talking about it. What should have been a fun race turned into total chaos. Drivers were mad, fans were shocked, and people are saying some teams might be playing unfair. Let's break it all down in simple words. One of the biggest problems at Bristol was the tires. Before the race, Goodyear gave teams a softer kind of right-side tire. These tires were supposed to make the race more exciting by wearing out faster. But no one expected just how fast they would fall apart. During practice on Friday, things seemed okay. But when the real race started and the track got cooler, the tires didn't hold up. Drivers started losing grip after just 25 laps. Some tires even caught on fire. Josh Berry's car had rubber buildup that caused smoke and flames near his wheel. The tire wear was so bad that Goodyear and NASCAR gave teams one extra set of tires in the middle of the race. Even with that, some drivers had no tires left with laps still to go. It wasn't just about old tires. The track was so tricky that even the best drivers had problems. William Byron said his car felt good at first, but later he lost control because the tires got too loose. Ryan Blaney said, "I guess that's what they want," about how random the race felt. After finishing fourth, Blaney praised team's effort but said NASCAR and Goodyear need to find a middle ground on tire wear. He said they need tires that wear out rather than blow out after some laps so races don't end with too many crashes. He added, "We thought we knew what the tire was going to do, and it did something completely different. Many teams that were fast in practice couldn't do anything when the tires started to wear. Others lost places or spun out under restarts. Even the most experienced drivers struggled with loose cars, fading grip, and strategy falling apart in the last 50 laps. Christopher Bell won the race and ended the round strong for Joe Gibbs Racing, JGR. They won all 3 races in the first playoff round, but not everyone was happy about it. Some people are wondering how Bell's car didn't move when Brad Keselowski bumped into it on the last lap. That bump should have pushed Bell out of the way. Instead, Bell drove on like nothing happened. Even Brad was confused. He said, "I hit him and it didn't do anything." His plan was smart. He got new tires and tried to take the lead with a bump-and-run move, but it didn't work, and Bell won. Some people think JGR's cars were set up in a way that gave them an advantage. Ty Gibbs, also from JGR, led over 200 laps, but made a big mistake entering pit road with only 4 laps left. He gave up the lead because of that error. Carson Hocevar had a strong run but had no tires left when it mattered most. Alex Bowman needed to win to stay in the playoffs but ran out of tires too. All 3 drivers lost their chance at the championship. Then there's Denny Hamlin. His wheel came off during the race. Usually, this means NASCAR suspends 2 pit crew members. But here's the twist. JGR used a rule that let them delay the punishment. That means Hamlin could keep his full pit crew for Bristol and wait to serve the penalty in a later race. Fans were upset. They asked, why can one team pick when they get punished? Chase Elliott said it best after his crash. He said, "I thought our season was over." Even though he moved on to the next round, he admitted his team didn't deserve it. He said they got lucky. That doesn't sound like racing based on skill. It sounds like the playoffs are more like a lottery. Some fans and drivers think the rules don't apply to everyone the same way. Joe Gibbs Racing, JGR, won all 3 playoff races in the round of 16, even when others were falling apart. Reuters reported that Christopher Bell's win at Bristol came after a late restart when many cars with old tires slipped up, and he edged out Brad Keselowski by just 0.343 seconds. Some people on X Twitter said that if a non-JGR car had won, approval would be higher. Another fan wrote, "If a Chevy or Ford won, this would be north of 88%. People's disdain for JGR and Toyota is why it was so low. Drivers also noted that being in clean air or avoiding restarts late helped JGR cars. When drivers from smaller or less resourced teams got caught in restarts or tire failures, they often lost ground fast. It's not just the winning, it's how, when, and under what rules teams got there that has many fans asking, is this racing or something else? The Bristol race had 14 cautions. That's the most Bristol Night Race has seen in decades. It also had 36 lead changes among 14 drivers. Even with all that wild action, the winner came from the same powerhouse team, Joe Gibbs Racing. Denny Hamlin, who all season has been calling for more tire wear to shake up the races, wasn't spared. His car lost a wheel late, triggering a penalty, even though it cost him a huge shot at the title. Ty Gibbs dominated most laps, 201 in total, but he never crossed the line first because of mistakes and bad luck. Drivers like Alex Bowman and Josh Berry had good starts but got pushed out by the late race tire drop-off. These numbers don't lie. 137 of the 500 laps were under caution. Less green flag racing, more restarts, more chaos. Hamlin's plea for tougher tire wear? He got it, but it came with risk. The kind of gamble that might win for some, break others. Fans were angry. They saw good drivers crash, lose tires, and make mistakes. They also saw rules get changed or delayed for certain teams. It felt like the race was being controlled, like it wasn't just about who was fastest or smartest, but about who could find the best loopholes. Imagine if a quarterback made a dirty play in football, but got to say, "I'll take my penalty next week." That's what people are comparing this to. NASCAR let JGR delay a punishment during the playoffs, and now people don't trust what they're seeing. NASCAR hasn't said much. They approved extra tire sets during the race, and they allowed JGR to delay the punishment for Hamlin's lost wheel. But for many, that doesn't go far enough. Fans and drivers are asking for more clarity about fairness, safety, and how rules are enforced. Christopher Bell praised parts of NASCAR's approach. In his post-race press conference, he said he was happy NASCAR let long green flag runs happen instead of stopping the action with cautions too early. He thought those stretches let strategy matter, deciding when to pit and how worn your tires were really changed the game. Bell said, "Whenever Brad picked the top, I didn't have any option. Old tires really pushed up in the corner, so I was hoping those guys on old tires would push up, and they did, and I was able to get by." He also admitted the result leaned on some luck, timing of yellow flags, having the right tires at just the right moment. Meanwhile, some crew chiefs and NASCAR officials have openly said they're studying what happened. One crew chief said the extra tire set was darn near 100% necessary. Another said, "The tire behavior tonight was different from what drivers expected based on spring races." Official site of NASCAR +1. Because of all this, many believe NASCAR needs to make rules clearer. How to judge tire wear, how to decide when a penalty happens, and what makes restarts fair. If this confusion continues, people say it could cost NASCAR the trust of its fans. Now the playoffs move on. 4 drivers are out, the next round begins, but fans are still upset. They want NASCAR to fix these problems. They want every team to play by the same rules. More drama is probably coming. Drivers are mad, teams are confused, and the fans? They're starting to wonder if this is really racing or just a game with different rules for different teams. Will NASCAR do something, or will this keep getting worse? Let me know what you think. Is this racing, or is it something else?